Well, good morning, everyone. Jose and I are going to tag team because we are a really small team here in Los Angeles, and we'll talk a little bit about kind of, what we're doing and how we all want to work with you. But I just want to take a few minutes and thank everyone. Shirley, thank you for inviting us, and I'm really excited to be back in my hometown, born and raised in Los Angeles, and it's an honor to be in a room with all of you because I know you have been really working on this for years and decades. So I'm looking forward to working with you all and learning about all the great things you're doing. So Mario and our other other speakers did a wonderful job describing where we're going and really how this has been a priority for our administrator, and it's really a great opportunity for us to really continue the work we're doing. In 2019, during the State of the Union, the administration announced ending the HIV, a Plan for America, which really collaborated all state, federal agencies to really come together and address this initiative that is a priority for the administration. Here, what we want to do is we want to spend some time talking about what the HHS, Health and Human Services, is doing to meet some of the initiatives, priorities for the administration, specifically what the Office of the Assistant Secretary is doing. Oh, maybe because I'm stepping? Yeah, let's... So again, I don't know what's wrong with the slides, but again, is it me? Or? Okay. Oh, okay. Not stepping. I like to walk around too. So under the Assistant Secretary for Health, there are a variety of different initiatives that we're working on. And Jose, I'm going to pass it on to you instead of sitting here with the slides. And maybe you can talk a little bit about the PACE program and how we're working with the other regions.
Well, I think this is not working anyway, so it's okay. But actually, hi everyone. Once again here, I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Cheryl. I was here like 2 years ago on my site visit with HRSA, so I got to meet everyone. But anyway, to spearhead and move forward, Mario he outlined like 95% of my presentation, actually. So. But the scene to take over this is like we actually under the OASH, which is the Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health. So the way that we came to the scene was that there was a PACE teams already working with the community, but a collective idea from the Office of the Surgeon General came up with the idea to create the PACE programs actually. The three main areas or regions that were identified were Dallas, Los Angeles, and Atlanta. So we just went to CDC for training, and one of the reasons I'm here is because I kind of know this area. One of the reasons that Michelle is here is for has experience with CDC, and she's a local, if you can call it this way. We actually would like to focus on the work group and support to the community on the programs that you guys are doing right now. See, you can get it to work.
Perfect. So we talked about, back and forth. We've mentioned this over and over, but I know it's important to remind where we're going and why this has become a priority and all the funding that we talked about. We talked about the 3 phases. We talked about the 4 pillars that have been mentioned, focusing on diagnose, treating, protecting, responding, and most importantly across all the pillars is how do we strengthen our healthcare workforce. And then as we mentioned, there have been 48 counties, 7 states, including DC and Puerto Rico, and 7 rural states have been identified as a priority. And one of our speakers did mention is that this is really the first phase. So it really is the pilot of how we're going to focus on these areas that have the highest burden of HIV. So now with that quick background, as Jose was explaining, he's going to talk about the OASH initiative. Okay, well, I guess so. Okay, as Jose mentioned, under the Office of the Assistant Secretary, there have been developed these teams, which are called PACE, Prevention Through Active Community Engagement. And the key word here is active community engagement. Not one person, not one organization can do this. We all have to work together. So really, our role here is to work with all of you, support the work that you're already doing, and how we can continue to work together. The 3 teams that have been developed as a pilot right now are located in 3 different regions. The first region is Region 4, which is located in the Atlanta area, again, because that was one of the areas with the highest burden of HIV identified. Then we have Region 6, and those 2 individuals sit in Dallas, Texas. And then we have myself and Jose, who are located in Region 9, and we are sitting in Los Angeles. But we're not only focusing in the LA area, we're focusing on those 8 counties in California. We're also working very closely with Arizona, Maricopa County, that is also a county that's been identified as a priority, and Nevada, Clark County. But again, we sit here because we know LA has one of the largest populations when we look across different counties. So that's why we physically sit in LA County, in LA. And again, really the goal of the PACE program is to work with all of you and really enhance and provide resources what we can do to continue helping you achieve the goal that you're trying to do, which is ending HIV. But we want to focus it through a community lens. Some of the speakers talked about how do we invite other partners to the table. So not only public health partners, but perhaps the Department of Transportation, HUD Housing, Neighborhood Watch, just different organizations that are going to be key for us to really address the epidemic. So that really is our goal, to really help fight the end of HIV, but doing this as a community base and working with our partners. And as I mentioned, Region 9, all of you are very familiar. These are the counties that have been identified as a priority, and then we have Arizona and Nevada. And this is the last slide. We've been talking about this throughout the morning. We know that you've been working on this, but we really feel this is really the time to really end HIV. We have the tools, we have the resources, we have the expertise. I think it's just all of us working together, and I can really see us getting close to achieving our goal. So again, we are happy to answer any questions. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. Please, if I haven't talked to you, reach out to us. And we'd love to hear kind of the things that you're doing and how we can continue to support your work. And we don't have our business cards yet because we're a very new team, but here is our email address. Please feel free to reach out to us at any time. We would love to meet you in person, meet your team, meet your organization, and continue this conversation and collaboration. Thank you very much.